Welcome back, Tony and Tonie show.
Tony Hauser.
Tony Davis on the other side.
It is good to be here, mate. 30
episode
something.
7.
7.
7.
37. Yes, of course it is. 37.
It's not 36. It's not 37. So well, let's don't do that.
I didn't know what you were doing, so I'll just laugh.
Yeah, well, look it up.
Good one, mate. Good one.
It's something online, something with it's something big. It's well, you don't know it.
Okay.
When we go offline, I will teach you. Welcome to the Tony and Tony show, where we look at new articles written on product learning. And today, and I'm kind of searching where my screen is. Yes, today we have an old, famous friend. He's back.
Lewis Davidson. Yes,
it's the Doctor. Dr. SQL. That's his handle, right?
Dr. SQL, yes. So he was editor of long-time contributor to Simple Talk, then became its editor, and now he's back to being a valued contributor again. Yes, he's gone back to be a database designer and DBA again.
Yeah, and besides contributing, he's also trying out software features like Prompt AI.
Yes. So yeah, SQL Prompt has just introduced a new suite of AI helper features. I said to give it a try and see, what sort of tasks would you use it for? Does it help?
Yeah, well, sorry to interrupt, but to be honest, the AI features were there for a long time. It was first called Prompt Plus.
Okay.
And then it became SQL Prompt AI. So they tried it out and then they revamped it. And I think I'm going to write something about it in a few weeks' time. Yeah. Because there are new features coming out as we speak. But
Lewis says it's changing fast. So like between when he wrote my first draft and then he was dealing with my edits, it had already changed and improved. So it is we're hitting a moving target slightly here. But this is going to be a series of short articles. Something cool I did with Prompt AI. Yeah. Whether it saved you time or did a difficult task you would otherwise have struggled with.
Yeah, but back to Mr. Davidson, because what he did, he looked up old code. Let me scroll to it. And this old code he copied from a blog from 2008, and then he tried to run it. And I think we all been there, because if you sometimes save something in a different format, or you send it via Teams or Slack and then copy it, sometimes the code doesn't run.
Yeah, well, if you have the misfortune to use WordPress, all you've got to do is kind of look at it funny, and it'll ruin your code.
Oh, is that enough? Just look.
Yeah,
give it a funny look, and then it's
just turn you back for 5 seconds. Actually, it'll just sneak in a few smart quotes. But yes, it does. I mean, I call it some sort of entropic doom for code. As you get these, you put it in WordPress, it goes through various software updates or whatever it does, and then the next time you look, there's smart quotes in it, or it's broken. So Lewis tried to run it, couldn't run it, thought it was faced with this tedious task of searching and replacing all these smart quotes in quite a long script. He's only shown a little bit of it there.
Yeah.
SQL prompt, Control K, Control Y, the famous format SQL command won't work because the code won't run. It has to be runnable code. But can Prompt AI help? And he literally, that's a very simple prompt he's used with it, fix this code so it will work.
It did.
And it did. It went through, put all the smart quotes into straight quotes, and the code ran, and he had his table of values that he wanted. He was very happy. He goes to LinkedIn and says, look at this. This would have taken me 10 minutes. I know it's only, it's not a massively difficult task, but it saved me 10 minutes.
Yeah. And
somebody said, and so it works. For a simple task like that, it saved him time. He went to LinkedIn and somebody said, but is it smart? How smart is it? What if you have odd data with smart quotes in it? Yeah, or even, hopefully not, but metadata with smart quotes in it, which, believe it or not, in SQL Server is entirely valid as long as you
I can't really find the discussion you're talking about, because
there is one comment in there somewhere where he asks about the data, or what is there in the data.
But you can click the link yourself if you go to the article.
Go for it.
And there it will get funny there, because SQL Prompt AI tried to fix it, but didn't do it exactly like Lewis expected.
Well, I mean, so I think this is the age of, it's not perfect. When he created this silly sales table, which, as you can see, has a smart quote in a column name, and it has a smart quote in data. And then I think use the same prompt.
Yeah.
It did actually change both the metadata and the data.
Yeah.
So if you've changed Jed curly quote sales to Jed straight quote sales, that those two columns can just coexist. They're not the same column.
No, they're not the same column. And I think this can be solved. I didn't try it out. I mean, we're just looking at the article. But it can be solved by maybe just tweaking the prompt a bit. And
he makes a very important point. And I think, you go, always check AI's homework. And I think part of it is prompting. He was using very loose prompts. The more license you give any AI, let alone, not just prompt AI, the more variable the results, the more unpredictable the results will be.
Yep.
So you've got to give it very specific prompts. I found that myself. He gives a little, it's quite interesting. He's got a little bit of code where you can go, okay.
Yeah, it comes up in the workflow.
So he compares the two pieces of code before and after, and says like, okay, has it made any changes I don't want? And it clearly tells you it has. Because the Jed sales no longer matches Jed sales. Do you see what I mean? So
It's
So you can check its homework. If you think you might have those issues in your code, you've got to run checks. However smart that you think the AI is.
That's true.
Yeah.
And eventually he comes up with an AI workflow, how to work with this cool new feature in prompts. But I only have one question. I mean, you're a native English speaker. Why do they call it smart quote? Because this article proves to me it's not really smart.
No, is it not?
What's happening here?
I don't know. It's a good question, actually, which I wish I had a better answer for. No, I mean, I always call them just curly quotes or... I mean,
there should be an answer for that. So if someone knows the answer, leave it down in the comments here. Because we don't know the answer. Of course, we can ask AI, but we rather ask it to humans watching this video.
I'm sure somebody will know. Yes, somebody filling that little gap in our knowledge.
And I think we have to.
But give it, I will say, just give Prompt AI a try. I mean, it is, they're adding stuff to it all the time. Like I said, it improved between two iterations of the same article. So I'm sure it's moved on again. They're adding new features. Stuff that is much more reliant on understanding your schema than this particular example is, and that's where it gets more interesting.
Just try it out. I'm in direct contact with the Prompt AI team myself, so you can expect something from me the next year. But for now, thanks for tuning into the Tonie Show. Episode 36. We see you.
Got it now.
We see you next week.
See you next week.